Hello everyone, I'm Jensen. Today is Monday, April 5th, and from updated health orders to a star-studded performance coming right here to the 419, I have all the stories you need to know to get in the loop today. But first, we had a bit of a dreary day out there, didn't we? But word on the street is things are supposed to brighten up quite a bit tomorrow. But don't take it from me, let's hear what's ahead with our First Alert weather team.
Tomorrow is going to be a summer-like day, and while showers and clouds moved in today and kind of squashed the temperature a little bit, I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. Highs could be up near 80 degrees, and then on Wednesday, some rain showers become much more likely. So for the next 4 days, the next two of them will be very warm, up near 80 degrees. Then the next two, not quite as warm, but this is still pretty good for April. There will be chances of rain 3 of these 4 days, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. The highest chance of rain this week comes on Thursday, where we'll put it at 80%. Here's your hour-by-hour forecast. Some cloud cover hanging around overnight will keep temperatures up and give a jump start tomorrow. And I think partly sunny skies can be expected, and at times tomorrow, maybe the sky will even look mostly sunny, and that will give us a run at our first 80-degree day of the season. And the afternoon will feature summer-like high temperatures, I think at least 76, and could be as warm as 81 or 82. In our hour-by-hour forecast, if you run the clock to Wednesday, we're going to find a little bit more in the way of a buildup of afternoon clouds, and this could lead to a few scattered showers or rumbles of thunder. But Wednesday, I think it comes late in the day, so again, highs will be able to warm up to near 80 here in April. Tonight, mostly cloudy and mild, the low 48 degrees, and for tomorrow, the high up to 79, a summer-like setting, and the wind will not be all that bad, 5 to 15, maybe a little bit gusty when it warms up. And then Wednesday, a chance of showers, this mainly later on in the day with a high of 78 degrees.
And before we completely move on, in case you missed it, we found out today that our chief meteorologist, Robert Shiels, is leaving the TV biz for good this summer. Robert has been coming into your homes and bringing you the latest First Alert weather forecasts and expert insights since 1994 when he took the reins from former chief meteorologist Charlie Umpenauer. Sorry if this makes you feel old, Robert, but I remember growing up watching him on TV, and it's been such a wonderful experience to be able to work with him now in my first job of my professional career. So we're gonna miss him so much here, and you can share your words of encouragement, your well wishes with him by texting our station number at 419-248-1100. And gas prices are going up once again. Gas is up 9.6 cents a gallon in Toledo the past week for an average price of $2.72 per gallon, according to Gas Buddy. The price for a gallon of gas is 8.3 cents higher than a month ago. The average price is $1.22 higher than a year ago when the coronavirus pandemic brought travel almost to a stop. But nationally, the average price has dropped 0.4 cents a gallon in the last week, averaging at $2.86. The national average is up, though, 9.9 cents from a month ago. 2 Toledo police sergeants have been disciplined for sexually harassing female patrol officers and found guilty of conduct unbecoming of an officer. Neither officer will be fired and face a range of suspensions and mandatory sexual harassment training in the future. Sergeant Matt Gobble was suspended 60 days with 20 days required to be served and 40 days held in abeyance for 5 years. He was also permanently demoted and can't seek promotion for the duration of his career. Sergeant Kevin Neighbors was suspended 20 days, all of which will be held in abeyance for 3 years. Gobble was required to sign a last change agreement in place for 5 years, and any sustained charge of conduct unbecoming in that time frame will result in his termination. Documents show Gobble has a pattern of contacting subordinate officers and commenting on their appearance and asking about inappropriate activities. He's been on the force since 2012 and sergeant since 2016. Complaint documents also show Neighbors commenting inappropriately to at least one subordinate female officer in 2019. Toledo Police Chief George Kroll said this in a statement. When a patrolman is promoted to sergeant, I tell them that the sergeant is the most important leadership position on the department because they're the first in line to combating problems. When a command officer betrays the trust I placed in him, it upsets me to the core. The allegations were disturbing in the least, and I took them seriously. To watch our full interview with the chief and for more information on these incidents, check out the link in the description of this video. And Ohio Governor Mike DeWine held another one of his coronavirus press briefings today, and he touched on 2 key things, which were vaccines and public health orders. So let's start with the latter. The governor announced that the Ohio Department of Health would be consolidating its health orders and instead issue a simplified health order that encompasses all of the key elements of its previous mandates. The idea, he said, is to underscore the most important parts of COVID-19 mitigation. So DeWine described the move as, quote, getting back to the basics, with an emphasis on practices like wearing masks, social distancing, limiting large gatherings, practicing good hand washing and hygiene, and putting an emphasis on outside events. Both DeWine and ODH Director Stephanie McLeod explained that the biggest difference between the new order and the previous orders from the health department is that large events and gatherings are no longer prohibited. But McLeod did break down some best distancing practices for when you attend one of these large events.
So we have the mass gathering limitations, and that's going to be encompassed in this order in a slightly different fashion. We still want Ohioans to take precautions when gathering and maintaining proper social distancing. Keep in mind that smaller groupings of individuals within a mass gathering help limit the spread. The group you're a part of at an event should not be larger than 10 people. How does that work? What does that mean? It means if you go to a festival, if you go to a parade, try to keep your group 10 or smaller, not really congregating with other groups of other sizes, but trying to keep kind of your group size 10 or smaller. When possible, event organizers and managers should provide one-way traffic in buildings or other areas to encourage social distancing. You want to maintain 6 feet of distance from other individuals as much as possible. Individuals, again, back to avoiding congregating in large groups. So how does this work with the 10-person limit? If you're an event where you're sitting or walking, your group of 10 or less should be separated by 6 feet from the next group of 10 or less.
And DeWine made clear that Ohioans' favorite events like proms, festivals, and graduations can occur, but as with everything over the last year, the focus really is on how they will occur. The announcements today were a bit vague, but we'll get more clarity soon. The all-encompassing health order is supposed to be released tonight, and official guidance for proms and graduations was promised to us tomorrow, so we will definitely keep you updated on all of that. And now let's talk about vaccines. DeWine announced that the state's goal is to have as many eligible high school students vaccinated against coronavirus as possible before they leave for summer break. A push is being made for health leaders to distribute the vaccine at high schools across the state for students 16 and older who want to get their shot. And unsurprisingly, students under 18 would be required to have a permission slip signed by a parent or guardian as a prerequisite to getting vaccinated at school. DeWine said he spoke with local health departments and encouraged them to reach out to high schools in their area to set up clinics. He noted that some departments have already started to secure doses of the Pfizer vaccine for this exact reason. Currently, Pfizer is the only COVID-19 vaccine option that's been approved for those 16 and 17. DeWine said that if this push starts creating a greater need for the Pfizer vaccine in local communities, providers should just reach out to the state for their options. Right now, no vaccines have been approved for kids under the age of 16, but trials are underway for younger teens with both Pfizer and Moderna, so we will keep you posted on that. And up north, Monroe County, Michigan is starting to see the same types of new case numbers they saw at the peak of the pandemic in November and December. And in addition to that, the county sits at the top of the list where new cases are rising the fastest in the entire country. On April 3rd, the Monroe County Coronavirus Response Hub reported a 7-day average of 117 new cases per day. The 7-day average hasn't been that high since December 3rd when it sat at 129, just below the peak of the winter surge. On February 18th, the number dropped all the way to 15 before beginning to climb again. Michigan is being hit especially hard as new COVID-19 variants have taken hold in much of the state. According to the New York Times, 8 of the 10 metropolitan areas in the entire country with the greatest numbers of new cases of COVID-19 relative to their population in the last 2 weeks are in Michigan. Monroe sits at number 4 on the list behind Jackson, Detroit, and Flint. In addition, Monroe is at the top of the list in the country where new reported cases are rising the fastest. In the last 2 weeks, Monroe has had 1,297 new cases. Monroe's population is just over 150,000 people. And here in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine has voiced concern about spikes that we're seeing in neighboring states, especially as we start to see an increase in our own numbers and in variant activity. But last week, ODH Chief Medical Officer Dr. Bruce Vanderhoff said he feels encouraged by the pace in which Ohio is vaccinating its citizens. As of today, nearly 32% of the population has at least one dose of the vaccine. But to be fair, Michigan actually looks to be a bit ahead of us there. According to their vaccine portal, as of yesterday, 36% of the state's population had received at least one shot. And before I go, I want to talk about something fun, something that we're excited for. So today, the headliner was announced for the Solheim Cup, and my middle school self is too excited. Yep, get out your checkered vans because my girl Gwen Stefani is coming to the 419. The three-time Grammy Award winner will headline the concert following the 2021 Solheim opening ceremonies on Friday, September 3rd at the ProMedica concert stage at Promenade Park. If you are somehow unfamiliar, Stefani has achieved global success as a performer, songwriter, frontwoman for No Doubt, a key player in my CD collection, and a multi-platinum solo artist. Also performing will be country singer Chris Young. In 2006, he was declared the season 4 winner of the television program Nashville Star, and recently he surpassed the 4 billion streams mark for his catalog worldwide, which includes 11 #1 singles. His most recent hit, for reference, is Famous Friends. For more information on the whole event, check out the link in the description of this video. But that is all I have for you today. If you liked this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jensen, and now you're in the loop.